Welcome to Fight Fans Chit Chat. So, it's been a while for us, but we're finally back. Been on a bit of a sabbatical, but we're back, and we're back with quite a live one. I know we can't speak English, so it's a bit hard to understand, but for anyone who doesn't understand the man, this is one of the pound-for-pound best in the world. Going against Dereck Chisora. How's Dereck Chisora pulled a fight against one of the pound-for-pound best in the world? It's mental. But can Del Boy do it? It's unbelievable. What do you reckon?
I know not to be like a killjoy or ruin the fight or whatever, but I honestly don't think you can. I don't think there's any way you can win. I think we're getting, like, it's easy to get carried away with all the Sky thing, and obviously he's like with David Hay now, and he's like, everyone's saying it's the best shape he's ever been, and I'm sure it is. But it's still Dereck Chisora who's lost 9 fights against whoever, like, fair enough. But this is Usyk, do you know what I mean? I don't think it's even going to be close. I think Usyk could stop him. I don't think there's going to be a point where Dereck Chisora troubles him.
Yeah. That's all. Yeah, one thing I will say for Del, though, going against is he does look like he's in the shape of his life. Yeah. And considering he's in the back end of his career, it's amazing the shape he's in.
Yeah, definitely.
And this would be, can you imagine a way to sign off his career? I know there's like the thing around he might be the WBO mandatory. Yeah. To be honest, I don't know if I necessarily agree with him taking a mandatory, because as much as Usyk was the WBO champ, he hasn't fought anyone at heavyweight, so I don't think that justifies someone taking that mandatory off him.
Yeah, sure. But no, I just think, like, it's a good fight, and it's good for, like, in quarantine to see these sort of fights happen. But I just think, and I'm obviously gonna watch it, but I just don't think it will be close. I think it will be one of those occasions where it's just Usyk showing himself to the rest of the heavyweight division. He's gonna want such a fucking good performance that he'll just wipe him out, and then it will be built up. I think it will be a lot really one-sided. There won't be a thing where Chisora comes into it. It'll be a lot like the Bellew fight thing. He'll be sitting off him, using his footwork. Chisora will be chasing, trying to get onto his chest. Keep popping, and suddenly it'll get to the middle of the round, suddenly Usyk starts hitting him more and more, and it could be a thing where he gets pulled out, or just a wide decision.
You don't even give the punch a chance?
Yeah, obviously he's got a puncher's chance, but I just don't see it landing. Like, everyone's saying, oh, Usyk at heavyweight and stuff, but the guy, even when he was in the amateurs, he fought at heavyweight. And he's fought Joe Joyce in that World Boxing Series, where I know it's like in between amateur and professional. But it's not like he's never been in that before, never felt that, and he's going to be shocked. He's felt it. Yeah. He knows what he's done. He knows what he can do. And I just think it's going to be like a clinic from Usyk.
Yeah, I suppose that was the main kind of point, whether Usyk could take a punch at heavyweight. But to be honest, I haven't seen anyone from, obviously watching it, I know boxing myself, but anyone who's kind of in boxing and you see the pundits and stuff, none of them seem to be saying that whether he can take a punch at it. All of them, anyone that isn't actually directly involved in a fight, they all seem to think that's completely fine. Yeah. He's just going to get sparked from there.
Yeah, so, no, definitely.
We'll be good. I can't see Dereck running out of... Do you think Usyk could stop Dereck?
Yeah.
You reckon?
Yeah. I don't think he'll knock him out, but I think the ref could stop it, or the corner will pull him out if he's just getting hit continuously with nothing coming back. Yeah. Because it's gonna be like Eddie Hearn said it this week. Like, he's gonna be getting hit from angles he didn't even know fucking existed. So it's gonna be like, and it's how he's not gonna be like, let's keep going. It will stop you in your steps. Like, where did that come from? Yeah. So I'm actually, like, the main part of it, I'm looking forward to it, but I'm looking forward to see how good Usyk is, and I think he is really good. Yeah. Like, I think, for me personally, I think Usyk beats everyone in heavyweight division except Fury. I think Fury's the only one that'll beat him.
It's a big statement, even with the size though.
Yeah.
Like, if you watch Dylan White talk about it, Dylan White just seems to think he'd ragdoll him.
Yeah, that's the thing. I'd feel this. You know how I'm talking about Usyk fighting Chisora, and I think, oh, Usyk's gonna win. If White fought Usyk, I'd feel exactly the same. I wouldn't think there's any way White could beat him.
That's a big statement.
I know, but
I do get the thing about Fury, because Fury's just too big. Not even the power thing. I think just Fury's too big. You can't dance with him. You can't move him. And I don't think he'd be able to out-wrestle Fury. And when Fury does hire him, Fury's
got the boxing IQ equivalent to Usyk. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. But it's all the same thing. It's just whether you can get hold of him. But do I think Joshua could get hold of him? I don't know, because Joshua fights are like one-dimensional. But could he take Joshua's power? But then that's the whole argument, whether Usyk can take power or not. But
would Joshua get to it though? That's the thing. The thing is, the way I look at it as well is that Usyk's probably fought hundreds of men just like Joshua. Joshua's size, like inspiring in the amateurs. Joshua's style, that stand-up, upright, straight punches, hooks, uppercut.
Yeah.
He's known that. He knows how to fight against that. I'm not saying he'll beat him. I think he will beat him. I'm not saying, oh, that's it, he'll definitely win because of that. But I mean, how many people has Joshua fought like Usyk? That's it's just like, who do you get ever sparring? Do you know what I mean? It's so hard to, it's the same thing with Fury. If anyone's
exactly.
But it's like, if you fight, it's the same thing with Fury. If you fight Fury, who are you getting in for sparring? Who have you fought that's like Fury? No one. That's why they're so hard to prepare for. And someone like AJ, who's so diligent on his build-up, like he has like a set plan. You can see the way he talks. Like, I mean, him and Robert Cracker have got that plan. He sticks to it. Like the Ruiz #2 fight, jab, move, and he's like drilled into him. So he's like, these sort of fighters like Usyk and Fury will throw that out the window because your plan won't work with what they're doing. They'll just change as it's happening. Yeah, that's why I think them two are the ones at heavyweight, but I think Fury beats Usyk on size. Yeah, so it's just too big.
And to be fair, I think we said it a few times on this chat as well about Joshua. Joshua just doesn't do well against men that are smaller than him. No, he doesn't seem to be able to look down and be able to factor in someone that close to him and someone that he can't look in the eye. He seems to always get caught on the inside. Or,
he gets caught with the odd punch and all that.
Yeah, so especially if he fought someone that was a smaller man and a man that can move.
Yeah.
So that'd probably be a nightmare for him. But it'd be so good if he did win though.
That's the thing. I'm not sitting there saying I want Usyk to win. I hope Chisora makes it a good fight, and I hope he does win. I want him to pull off the upset, obviously, like the British fighter, and I'm like really glad Chisora's getting this fight. Like what he's put into British boxing, like he always fight. Even when he loses, like I said, he lost 9 fights. Every time he loses, he's back doing an interview. He speaks to the fans, speaks to Sky, always back. Faces his defeats, comes back. He doesn't get disheartened. He's got heart, and he always gets back in there and takes any fight. He's never ducked anyone, so he deserves it. So as much as I think he won't win, I'm rooting for Dereck on Saturday. Like I want him to win. I want him to maybe catch Usyk at the start and just get it, like make him fight. Maybe nick a few rounds so Usyk can't just dance. If he wins the early rounds, that's what I think. If I was gonna make a case for Chisora, it would be first round to maybe 5 or 4. Try win majority of them. So then Usyk's like, I've got to do something now. In case if he doesn't get the decision, he goes, I've got to do something to kind of, so it makes him hold his feet so he does something exciting.
What happened to Lomachenko?
Yeah, basically.
Same school.
And then that's the thing. And little things will play into Usyk's mind. So say Usyk loses the first few rounds, so he thinks, oh, I've got to do something now, especially if he's in England.
Yeah.
Hold his feet. And then start trading, then we can come into it more of opportunities to win. And then he'll be thinking, if he loses a couple of rounds, I've got to do something because my mate just fought and never got a decision. He thinks Lomachenko won, so he'll be like, I need to do something. And then that'll force him to engage more with Del Boy. Yeah. And then Del Boy might be able to catch him.
Yeah. I think that'll be the nightmare for him. And when I see Chisora fight, he always tends to, he kind of plants his feet, puts his head down, and then swings for the fences. But every time that happens, he needs the person to be kind of standing on the ropes, or he needs the person to be in the corner, or he needs the person to be kind of stuck in position and curling up. And I don't think he'll ever get that opportunity with Usyk. I think as soon as he goes to swing, Usyk could be behind him, or Usyk could be next to him and stuff. So that's going to be a nightmare for him.
I think one of the main things he needs to do, I know it's obvious, but I think he needs to land something significant on Usyk early. So then that will make Usyk just be wary of him, and that will make him second guess things he's going to do because he's worried about getting caught again. Yeah. Just to give him that slight second of hesitation. Because then that'll give Chisora the time just to get inside them. Where if he's not worried about what's coming, he can see it all coming. He'll just, once he gets comfortable in that ring Usyk, you won't beat him. So he's just got to make him comfortable straight away, and that's hurt him. So then he's worried. So he's got that fear of getting caught, and that'll make him second guess what he's doing. He's getting caught in between two minds, and then he might be able to catch him.
Yeah, it's the only thing, he's got cut off the ring. Really.
Yeah.
But well, look, if Usyk does win, which. Yeah, let's be honest. Everyone's kind of thinking Usyk will win. Hopefully, Del Boy does.
Yeah,
but
all for Del Boy.
What do you think happens next then? Because obviously Joshua's got Pulev. Fury's got whoever he ends up fighting. I think they're talking about Rivas. At the moment. But, so if you think about it, that's another 3 months down the line. So that's February, March. Then they're trying to fight each other, but I don't know whether that will happen. But I reckon Joshua might end up vacating a belt.
Yeah, I reckon obviously Matchroom and Joshua will probably put in a request to WBO saying, can we have a unification with Fury to put up on mandatory with Usyk? Yeah. And then hopefully, if they say no, they might speak to Usyk and see what they do. But yeah, I think it will end up being, if it can be made, it will end up being AJ Fury over that anyway.
Yeah, and then the beautiful thing is, everyone knows that I'm a Dylan White fan. Admittedly, I have got a bit of bias when it comes to watch. Joshua vacates the belt. Usyk ends up getting put into the mandatory position. Got a fight. Who's almost number one in WBO before Usyk appeared?
Well, it was White, no?
Dylan White.
I thought it was Dubois.
I think they were fighting for that last.
But I can't see Frank Warren putting in Dubois with Usyk next fight. Yeah, so it might be White Usyk.
Finally gets to watch
the thing is,
what
will Joshua vacate or would he just fight Usyk because he's so much for like all the titles? He wants all the belts on the line.
I suppose it depends how much pressure gets put on him for Fury. But if you I think they'll do Fury next. If there's an opportunity to do Joshua Fury,
Yeah, they got to do it.
Yeah, 100%.
I want them to do it because I do think Usyk will beat Joshua. So I just think make Fury Joshua first.
Yeah, I definitely want to see that before.
Yeah.
Because
I just think there's a big chance Usyk will beat Joshua. But yeah,
I'm just waiting for it to kick off between David Haye and Tony Bellew at some point. They've done an interview. It was
it's all Dylan White and David Haye now, isn't it? Dylan White hates David Haye.
Dylan White fight them both, wouldn't he? Same man.
He might get chinned by Beckett.
Yeah. Sorry. Sacrilege on Blackburn. How dare you?
But yeah. So you guys just let us know. Comment who you think's gonna win. What you think of the fight. Do you give Del Boy a chance, or do you think it will be a clinic from Oleksandr Usyk? Subscribe, comment, like. Cheers.
Sweet.